We're in the Hauraki Gulf at the moment, just to the north of Waiheke, and we've just been conducting a training exercise with man overboard situations. Waiheke Coast Guard has got 15 active personnel currently, but we'll have 4 or 5 at any one time on active duty, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This requires everyone to be highly trained, because if there's a call out, we can never be certain as to precisely which crew is going to turn up. So therefore everybody has to be trained to the same standard, and as far as I'm concerned, they're marvellous guys. They really are fantastic. This is a Waiheke class. It was actually an American design, commonly known as the American 44, designed in 1961 when the first prototype went on the water. It was the first purpose-built lifeboat ever built in the world, and the British liked the idea. The Americans gave them the blueprints, so the British built 22 of these. The Americans and the Canadians between them built another 180, so there was just over 200 of these vessels have been built.
I can fix things, which is why I'm useful to this group, because I like engines, I know how to look after them, and I can fix things that break. Well, they're basically bulldozer engines. They're 2 big Caterpillar V8s, which is one of the classic V8 diesel engines. They don't make them anymore. They've got a huge amount of power. The advantage of these is that you have maximum torque or maximum grunt at low revs. You don't have to rev the engines highly to get full power.
On patrol in Auckland Harbour is the Lady Shirley, diesel motor launch of the Auckland Waterfront Police. The Shirley, as she's known to the men of the force, is manned 24 hours a day, and 6 of these are spent on patrol around the Auckland wharves and boat harbours. Patrolling among the little ships is a pleasant form of duty, made more pleasant with a wave from a yachty or launchman. The boat owners appreciate a service which keeps an eye on their moorings and a sharp lookout for any circumstance which, though usually innocent, is suspicious enough to warrant investigation. Helmsman Don Whitefield answers a radio call from the Wharf Police Station. Don is the senior constable on the launch. He was posted to it when the police launch was introduced 14 years ago. In response to the call, he heads the Shirley down harbour for Waiheke Island, where a stretcher case is to be transferred to Auckland Hospital as soon as possible. Ships and sea are nothing new to Bill Sutherland, and neither are navy blue uniforms. Bill's an ex-Navy man and finds life in the police force can be just as exciting as life in the Queen's Navy. At Matiatia Wharf on Waiheke Island, a small group of people await the Shirley's arrival. Waiheke and other islands in the Auckland Harbour are now fairly large residential areas, but transport between them and the mainland is sometimes limited to 2 or 3 launches a week. Attending to ambulance cases is consequently nothing new to the Lady Shirley's crew. A word to the patient, and no time is lost in getting her aboard and on her way to Auckland. Later, at Admiralty Steps, an ambulance stands by to take her to the public hospital. On shore, the wharf policeman's duties are many and varied. Cooperation with the harbour board authorities, ordinary beat duty, and one of their biggest headaches, investigation of pillaged cargo. 90% of detected pillaging has taken place in overseas ports, but every complaint must be investigated. Here, bomb rubble from an English dock has been substituted for bottles of Scotch whisky. Constable Bill Bird is a plainclothes policeman who is known in every British port in the world, but he's been to very few of them. His customers, as he calls them, are stowaways and deserters. Very few seamen who gain illegal entry by stowing away or jumping ship have eluded the watchful Birdie. Ahead lies a month with no accommodation problems. Police raid the SS Monowai just prior to her departure for Sydney. They have reason to believe a wanted man is aboard as a stowaway. Some of the men wear dungarees. Searching greasy engine rooms is not a pleasant occupation, and certainly no place to wear a smart uniform. Unpleasant work is often the policeman's lot. The officer in charge of the Wharf Police Station, Sub-Inspector Harry Campen, gives instructions to 2 of his constables. Small boys are always inquisitive, but today the wharf is no place for them. With a friendly word, the youngster is sent on his way. Live bodies, too, sometimes need rescuing from the sea. Many a yachty has been thankful to the Auckland Wharf Police and the Lady Shirley. A capsize in winter when no other yachts are around to lend a hand and the water is icy cold can be dangerous. A slight error of judgment and she's over. But they're lucky. The Shirley is on patrol and the chances are she'll spot them. She's seen them and is on her way. And so another service is rendered by the men of the Auckland Waterfront Police. Men who are pledged to serve their fellow citizens and keep law and order.